Ladies and gentlemen,
Next time, the lady will.
gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, we gonna cut Shy off because Shy can't be playing right now. We gotta have a little chit chat, okay? Got a new handheld device, and I was driving at the same time, so that means that there's gonna be some background noise. I'm gonna turn down that air conditioner so you guys don't hear that thing blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind, that's right, blowing wind. All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit to talk about today. We got two things to talk about. Many of you guys who are having problems with your financial institutions, many of you are forgetting to do a report with the CFPB. Now, what your report should be on is the fact that they've already been paid. Now, how can you prove they've already been paid? Well, Congress, not me, Congress, are the ones who have the authority to regulate commerce. It is well established under the Commerce Clause. And part of the regulations for commerce is the Federal Reserve Act, first enacted in 1913 and then amended in 1933 on March 9th. On March 9th, 1933, Congress created what they said were eligible papers or commercial papers. Go and look up the definition of commercial papers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, go ahead and look up commercial papers, commercial instruments. You'll see that they're the equivalent of cash. Don't believe me? Federal Reserve notes are commercial paper, eligible papers. Well, remember, your note, your draft, your bill of exchange, your banker's acceptance, your trade acceptances are at par with those instruments. They're commercial paper, eligible papers. Eligible for what? Eligible to receive this payment. Eligible for being coins and currencies of the United States. That's what Congress did. And on June 5th, 1933, Congress, in a joint resolution, further stated that these eligible papers would be used because they're the equivalent par value of paying off debts dollar for dollar. Yes, they'll be used for discharging debts. Go pay attention. They're dollar for dollar. So because they're par value, equal power for every dollar. And remember, Congress says that they'll be worth 100 cents on the dollar because they're backed with the credit of the nation. So you've already paid. Now, you have not seen that reflected on your account. And you need to see it reflected on the account. You need to see proof of funding and proof that they have documented the deposit because they did deposit your note. Okay? This is what you should be bringing up before the CFPB. Go back over the beginning of this video and document that. It really is that simple. CFPB, who is that? The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. Okay? CFPB. What does the CFPB do? They're a regulator for the banks. Now, what I want you to also do, those of you who tried using operating circular number 10 and you went to the Federal Reserve Bank and they ignored you, then you're going to also report the Federal Reserve Bank to the CFPB. Yes, that's right. They're a private corporation and they can be reported to the CFPB. And you report the Federal Reserve to the CFPB for not accepting your other notes, but accepting some of your notes and not explaining why they're not accepting your other notes, your other drafts, your other bills of exchange. There is no reason for you guys to have to be struggling day by day, night by night, time by time to get things taken care of. Okay? There is no reason for that. So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to start speaking up and start using the system to take care of the system. Now, what is the CFPB? Well, they're nothing. They don't do anything. But filing a report with them gets an investigation done, and guess what that does? That gives you further documentation. Now, remember, they're not going to provide you the information you're requesting. You just need to create documentation. For all of our clients, whether it be with SACOM or AMCF or AmeriLegion or any of those organizations that were created by myself, each of our clients, all they are getting on a regular basis is documentation that we've communicated with all of their creditors at least 37 times. We just sent out another 3 set of letters to them. Why? Because that's for our clients' benefit to be able to show by a preponderance of evidence. Remember, there is a presumption that you owe a debt. Now you get to show by a preponderance of evidence that you don't owe them anything, that they had an opportunity to prove that you owe a debt, and they have not proved that you owe the debt. You had a right to challenge the debt, and you did challenge the debt. You challenged the debt, and they ignored your right to challenge the debt. Now, here's the thing about challenging a debt, and this is what you have to let the CFPB know, that you have a right to dispute any portion of the debt, whether it be the initial funding or whether it be the fact that your promissory note operates as lawful tender in the United States. You can challenge them not accepting it. Ta-da! And now they have to show the reason for not or the reason for accepting it. Do you see how we've been waiting and we get to exhale? Shoot, shoot. All right. Now, those are two things that I think are very important. Now, I got to go through a couple of twists and turns here, but I'm going to end this video and then we're going to start another one so that I can talk about another subject. So, ladies and gentlemen, start doing your CFPB reports. You can go online to CFPB, Consumer Financial. I think it's consumerfinancial.gov, but just do a Google search for CFPB, and it should be the number one site that shows up. Okay? CFPB, it's a .gov website. They were created by Congress to regulate regulators as a result of the Gramm-Leach-Bailey Act. Okay? Piece of junk act, but And what you're going to do is by following that report, you're going to put it with all the other papers. And, ladies and gentlemen, start attacking them. Stop. They're sending you guys these regular little template responses. Stop letting them do that to you. Sorry. Little bugs that I had to hit. They all over me, dude. Only two of them. One of them on the window and the other one got attached to my arm because he wanted to suck blood out of my arm. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, he dead now, so we don't know what he wanted to do, and there's nobody else to tell his story because his buddy that was on the window is dead too. They just dead. I didn't invite them in my car. They ain't got no business in here, so he had to go. All right, we're gonna let y'all go before y'all get smashed against the windshield or a side window. Arrivederci, y'all. Y'all take care, and